How's it going, Raiders? Welcome back. We're going over the Tarkov Shooter Part 4. Eliminate PMC operatives from over 80 meters away whilst using a bolt-action rifle. A no BS guide. Let's get straight into this. Firstly, as always, we're going to go over the loadout. For our sniper rifle, we're going with the DVL-10 and we're going to smack a suppressor on it. This is because it's one of the most quiet snipers in the game. It masks a ton of noise and the ammo selection is pretty darn good. For scopes, we're going to be smacking a Razor on it, but Razors can be kind of expensive. A great budget option in between the Razor and the TAC-30 is the Tango 6T. And if you don't like the Tango 6T, by all means, you can do a TAC-30. However, I personally prefer the Razor. Let's quickly go over ammo types. If you've done Wet Job Part 6 for Peacekeeper, you can craft the M80A1 at your workbench. I'd highly recommend this round. It is god tier. If you don't have any M80A1, I would recommend M80, and if you don't have any M80, I would highly recommend BCP FMJ. I'm not the biggest fan of M80, as you guys can guess from my Psycho Sniper and Shooter Born in Heaven videos. But if you're able to buy it or have it on hand, then feel free to use it. If you have any other rounds that you're comfortable with or better rounds, such as the M61, for example, M62, feel free to use them at your leisure. This is just for loadout purposes. Let's go over headset. GSSH is my favorite headset. It's the cheapest. Yes, you can hear everything, but that's the way I like it. And plus, as I said, it's the cheapest. Bonus. Let's quickly go over the armor. We're using the BNTI Zuck body armor here. That's because if we filter by item, they're about 20 to 25k per base armor. Then for the level 5 plate, we're going to be running, yes, level 5 plate. You can easily cop one of these with decent durability for about 30k. You can also buy the full one for 47 if you want, but missions like these and quests like these can be ruble eviscerator machines. So if you want to do a bit of a budget build, a bit of, sprinkle a bit of efficiency on it, I'd highly recommend going with this method and then just slap any level 3 or level 4 plate in the back. And with that said, let's load up and get into raid. So we're going to put that on there, equip our headset, load up our M80A1, boom, put that in the mag. And by the way, for backup ammo, I highly recommend BCP FMJ, because if you're not killing people within 10 bullets from your sniper rifle, you're probably not going to be using your reserves that much anyway. Always carry BCP FMJ, don't carry M80. I mean, by all means you can if you've got a hella surplus, but this is just the way I do it. And, let me just show this. I have done this before. And there you go, lads. Let's get straight into raid. No BS. We're not even going to run a rig. Don't need a rig. We're literally just getting kills like this. Fill up your Kappa or your Gamma or whatever you've got. Well, it wouldn't be Kappa, would it? It would be your Gamma or your Alpha or your Beta container, maybe even Epsilon. Whatever have you. Run some, meds, light meds. Run a rat cola if you need a rat cola for food and water, just in case you have to stay at this space for a little bit amount of time. With all that out the way, let's get into raid. And our map of choice is going to be one of my favorite maps to snipe on, Shoreline Daytime. Let's get into this. Okay, Raiders, we're going to be focused on God spots first. God spots are areas in the map that I try and prioritize off of spawn that give me the highest rate of PvP encounters from a specific spot. Over to our left here, you can see the power station, and over to the right will be the cottages. We're going to go up on this little rock formation here that I like to call Spiky, because it's pretty spiky. And once we're on top of Spiky, we're actually going to go towards the cottages side, and we're going to peer over this rock right here at the end of Spiky. Players, depending on where you spawn, you can spawn on the opposite side of the map and get here. But if you're spawning on this side of the map, which is path to lighthouse side, getting to here, you should be looking within the compound, and people running from the swamp to power station along this little plane, this little area here. You got to remain vigilant. Look out for sounds and cues. Rarely people do try and run behind you, so double check this every now and then, because they'll be going to Pier Rock. You don't need to really zero in your sniper from this vantage point. I find that using the DVL anyway, I don't really have to zero in the sniper all that much unless I'm at the Pier Rock. Just another benefit of using the DVL. Let's move on to our next sniper position. Alright, so we're coming up on top of Pier Rock, which is to the left of Spiky if you're looking towards the pier side of the map. We're going to clear this by going up on this rock formation to the left here. Crawling above the rock. You do not want to go in between the rocks to clear this area because, well, you can get hurt by the bushes here. Or even though there is a bush here, people can mistake you for being in this location. Plus, you don't really have many outages if you do get stuck in the middle. And we're going to go up here. No need to jump. Quickly just like peek the terrain by going in a circular motion up here. Snipers love to lay there. Lay it on top of the actual rock itself, like overlooking gas station. And our rock right there, which we'll be laying upon in a second. I always double check the area behind us where that big massive boat is. There is a few quests, I think, over there, and the story quest is over there, so just giving that a quick look is worthwhile. I've scored myself a few kills and on the boat as well. Give a look towards Spiky, and once you've cleared this entire area, oh, also check the DVL plant quest. You'll catch the odd dude trying to plant his DVL and multi-tool. After all this is clear, we're going to get into our vantage point, which is directly on this second rock right here. You want to go prone. And I'm going to show you the few advantages you have are when you're lying on this rock right here. Advantage number one. If you lean to the right a little bit here like so, you are not visible from people running up onto the pier rock from power station and broken tree. You will get spotted if people are going to try and clear the rock like we did, at which point you're either going to have to risk it by laying flat or getting up, making a little bit of noise and maybe trying to guess where they're going to peek from, or retreating around the left side of the rock down and then either going to the beach on the left or retreating back to tunnel. But lying down here gives you a clear vantage point of the entrance to pier, the pier exit, and the pier common area where like Sanitar and his guards can spawn. Another great tip about this rock is you're not visible from the left side. I mean, I guess you're visible from like this specific spot, but I haven't died or I haven't been sniped from that side of the map or this wipe. It's always been players coming on top of me. Pause. If you're going to be sniping from here, guys, and if you've got a nice clean shot, if another PMC is right here, try and go for the legs first, or if you've got a nice clean headshot, then by all means hit him in the head with the headshot. The great thing about the DVL and using these types of bullets is that the muzzle velocity is very high, meaning the bullet travel is, I wouldn't say near instant, but it's pretty darn quick. It's noticeable as compared to other sniper rifles in the game. And if you're going to be sniping people coming across from these bushes, if you see people going into the pier and the exit is not up, so if you zoom all the way in here, I'm just like focus on the top of my scope because I'm not too sure how OBS is going to handle this. If the smoke is not there, or if the green smoke is not there either, then the pier is not available as an exit, which means if people have entered into the pier via this side and into the bush and they'll go around the side, wait until they're starting to come back out of it. If you shoot them on the way in, it's much easier to dodge your bullets getting sniped at, you know, like as you're entering the pier, as opposed to actually coming out of it. When they're in this bush, that's when you want to be nailing them with bullets. If you've missed a couple of shots here, do not worry. They'll go down and they'll go onto the beach. At that point, you want to be going to the right here, so you can get a vantage point and snipe them on the beach itself from that rock right there. And bonus tip, you might want to zero into 100 to 150 meters. I prefer 100 if I'm not going to lie, because you're shooting down range and the muzzle velocity is very high anyway. When you're sniping here and here, and if someone is going to try and extract via the pier exit, I'm going to zoom all the way in. I go up to 200 meters for your zeroing distance. 200, when you're zeroing in, you got to use your page up and page down buttons as indicated in the bottom right of the screen. And that basically covers this area for the snipes that I like to do on the pier rock. Also, I'll put the gas station guide in the comments down below, and every related guide relating to this quest in the comments. The gas station is just a loot area. If you watch my Psycho Sniper Shoreline edition, along with Psycho Sniper Shooter Born in Heaven. Oh no, sorry, not Psycho Sniper. The Shoreline's Shooter Born in Heaven. If you've watched all them videos, you should know what to do from any aspect of the map. Okay, here we are at the back of the resort, overlooking the Red Rebel exit. I'd only pick this spot, guys, if maybe you've spawned closest to the scav compound on our left here, or maybe if you've spawned on the far side of Swamp, but even then I would prioritize Spiky. If you've gone to Spiky and Pier Rock and have no luck, and it's still got a decent amount of time left in the raid, you're getting a little bit impatient, come to this area. The reason being is that almost at any point in the wipe, especially for people that can grind money really easy, they're going to be using Red Rebels. Unfortunately, the exit is right behind us. So you're going to want to find this tree and just corner peek left here. You can use Alt and hold A to maintain your peek. So like I can move around. It's not going to drop my peek, so I don't have to keep holding Q or mouse buttons. And you're going to be scoping out the windows from here and waiting for people to come towards you from out of the back of the resort. For this method, guys, I would highly recommend zooming in a little bit and shooting their legs out first, then head, because that would stop them from getting too close to you, resulting in an under 80-meter snipe. And for this guide, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it. Normally, I would show what I do off of every single spawn. However, this is a sniper quest that it has a minimum kill distance on it. If you are interested to see what I do off of every single spawn in Shoreline, please check out our Shooter Born in Heaven guides or the Psycho Sniper Guide Shoreline Edition. That goes over everything way more in depth than I have done here. And if you watch all the videos, you're going to be set to do this anyway, in my opinion. There's like hundreds of hours of experience in those videos alone. I'm not going to lie to you, Raiders. So, with that said, check out the comments for the related guides. Please like, subscribe, follow, everything else in between. Leave a nice comment. I'd really appreciate it. Boost us in the algorithm. Raiders, good luck out there. Continue to have a great 2026, and I'll catch you in the next video.